Hey, what's up guys? That's an easy short video how to fix any emulator controller if you have any response that the Xbox doesn't work on your system. Usually all game and all emulator, any Xbox controller or any controller that use X input will work plug and play. You don't have to set up any controller. There is a few exceptions, and it's the Yuzu, the Switch emulator. For some reason, it doesn't recognize your Xbox controller, because when I sell the RetroBeast, I ship it with my own controller set to it, so it recognize my Xbox. But for some reason, it doesn't change to any other Xbox. It's a matter of one click, okay, to fix it. But I'm gonna show you, it's very easy. Usually it's just the Yuzu does that. Sometimes 3DS, the Citrus emulator does that, but I changed the emulator recently, so it should not do that, but I'm gonna show you. So if you have any problem that you can control the RetroBeast, but in game it doesn't work. So there is two ways to fix it. You can boot a game that you cannot control from the RetroBeast, or boot the emulator from the shortcut. So I'm going to show you the two way. So let's go to Switch. That's the most common problem people have. Like I said, PSP, PS3, PS2, all the other emulator, you should not have this problem. But what I'm going to show you works for any emulator if you have a problem. Okay, let's boot Animal Crossing. Now it's scanning the NAND drive. The easy way is to go directly to the emulator. I'm going to show you after, but you can do it from the game. Okay, it's launching the game. Okay, I'm just waiting to be. You're gonna press F11 on your keyboard. Okay, why? Because now you can see the old emulator. Okay, if you press F11 again on your keyboard, it will go back to full screen. Or you can press on your Xbox select and L2. See? So we'll go select, and L2 is on the Xbox is for trigger full screen. So after, you need a mouse, and you go to emulation, configure, see control. The problem is not the mapping. See, you can see my Xbox is working. What's gonna happen if you buy my RetroBeast? You will see any. Because Yuzu it's enough stupid to not. He knows that your Xbox is there, but it doesn't take it. So what you're gonna do is you will see something like Xbox or the name of your controller. The name can be changed. It's gonna be changed. It still is a Xbox, but it can be Xbox One, Xbox Elite, Xbox whatever, or any name. So see, the reason it doesn't work is it's because it's set to any or whatever the name you give. So you just click on your controller, and that's it. You click apply and OK. If you have more than one controller, you do the same for. So that means you can choose which controller is number 2, which controller is number 3, which controller will be number 4 if you have 4 controllers. So that's why it doesn't pair it for you, because you need to choose which one is number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and you can click. If you want to remove your player 2, you click connect controller. If you want to add it, you click connect or disconnect. You don't change the mapping, just if you want to change it, but all mapping is already done. Alright, so simple as that. So you click apply, okay, and now you can play your game. And to go back to full screen, you press select and L2 or F1, F11, sorry. That's it. Some emulator can be trigger the setting in game via sometimes it's tab, sometimes it's F1, F11, sometimes RetroArch is F1. But because there is so many shortcuts to access different emulator, the best way is to go to wiki. We go to wiki on your beast, go to shortcut, and you will have the on the shortcut on the big 96 there is the emulator shortcut, but on the 4 terabyte for some reason I didn't add it. So what you're gonna do, you go to D drive, RetroBeast, emulator, because there is not so much emulator. So let's say you have a hard time with Yuzu, it's the Switch emulator. You just boot Yuzu manually and you can set it. And you wait for him to scan and you go to configuration and controller. Alright. You should not have any problem with other emulator, but if you have, you just boot the emulator like a PS3 or RetroArch should be not any problem. But RetroArch is better to go in game setting because it's got the core and the game running, and you can only change the control in game or aspect ratio. If you're running the game, it's better. So you run Super NES, all the old retro stuff run on RetroArch. So you press F1 on the keyboard or select and A on the Xbox. I will show you. Because there is a lot of system running on a RetroArch, so okay, let's boot any old, let's say Atari. Mostly old system run on RetroArch. It's very great. So. Okay, now you press select and start on your controller. And see, there is a bunch of options. You have the control, and if you go back to setting, you have another input, and there is the hotkey. I suggest to not change anything, just if you have any problem. See Xbox controller here, so you can change what controller is used for your RetroArch, and you need to save it. Alright. So on the setting, the save is a global save, and on the main menu quick setting, if you change something, you should have override. It will says save core override, so it will only save for the emulator you're running. So for this example, it will only apply on Atari to 26,000. Okay. The change you did. If you save in setting, it's a global setting. It will change for all core and all emulator. Okay, that's it. So you should not have problem. Just the Switch that has a Xbox controller problem. So that's it, guys. That's the way you access emulator and change your controller. Another tips that will help you. You can start Joy to Key from the D. RetroBeast will appear on your taskbar. Just click on it, and you can see if you want to test your controller. So you know which controller is number 1, 2, and 3. Alright. So if you have 4 controllers, you will have 4 tabs with the name of it, and if your controller works, and which position it is. Also on your desktop there is 2 Xbox for the 4 terabyte beast and 4 for the 96 terabyte, and you can see now I'm using the number 1. I'm number 1 and I have the battery. Okay, so you know. Also you can see the input, so you know which one is 1, which one is 2. Alright, thanks guys for watching. See you on the next video.